Hello and welcome to your slow, chilled yoga flow. So when you're ready, come join me on your mat. And we'll start nice and simple with our short meditation. So taking a comfortable seat, however that may be for you, and finding some length through your spine. Sit nice and tall. Relax your shoulders down the back and rest the hands maybe on your knees or together in the lap. Slight tuck of the chin and gently closing your eyes down. And let's just simply connect straight to our natural breath. Just simply observe your breath here. Watch your breath gently come and go. And start to notice your breath a little bit deeper. How is your breath feeling today in your body? Is your breath feeling a bit short and shallow? Maybe we can feel the breath in our chest. Or maybe our breath is feeling slow and deep. Maybe we feel the breath in our bellies. Or maybe you feel your breath in your ribs or somewhere else in your body. Or perhaps you're not quite sure how your breath is today, and that's okay. We're just taking a moment here to simply connect with our breath. Just simply watching the breath come and go. Giving your mind and body a moment to find stillness and pause. And let's take some deep breaths together. We can inhale slowly and deeply through the nose. And gently release. 2 more times. Inhale slowly. And effortlessly let that go. Last one. Inhale through the nose. And let it go. Allow your breath to come back to its natural rhythm. Take a moment here to enjoy the stillness before we begin. When you're ready, let's gently blink the eyes back open. And we'll get started really nice and simple today with our neck circles. So just start circling out your head in whichever direction feels good here for you. Maybe we start with some small circles and we gradually get bigger. Or maybe we just go straight for some nice big circles today. One more circle this way. And then reverse your circles, take them in the other direction. One more circle. And then we can bring our head back to our center. Take a deep inhale and reach our arms out and up. And as we exhale, we'll twist to the right side. So your left hand can come towards your right knee and your right hand just gently rests behind you. And just simply gazing to your right. We don't have to take the gaze behind the shoulder quite just yet. We can keep this twist nice and simple to begin. And start to tune into those nice, slow, deep breaths. We can aim for an inhale on a count of 4 and an exhale for a count of 8. Slow, deep breaths. One more breath here. On your next inhale, we can reach the arms out and up and twist back to our center. Exhale, we'll take our twist to the other side. One more slow breath here. On your next inhale, we'll reach the arms out and up again, twisting back to our center, and exhaling, the hands can gently come down in prayer. Let's warm up the hands a little bit. We can interlace the fingers together and roll out the wrists. To warm up the wrists before we come to our hands and knees, just take a moment to roll it out. And we'll reverse these circles, see if we can take them the other direction as well. Just so that we're nice and warm in those wrists. Maybe even speeding up a little bit. Great. And then let's release those hands. Shake out the fingers. Great. Let's come to our hands and knees. Come to your tabletop position. So we're on all fours. Hands are shoulder width, knees are hip width. And we'll start with some rounds of our cat-cows. On our inhale, we'll lift the tailbone up to the ceiling, belly draws down, and we lift the chest and chin. Exhale, tucking your tailbone and rounding the spine, chin to the chest. Inhale, waving back up the spine, lifting the chest and chin. Exhaling, rounding. Keep flowing. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, round. 2 more times. Inhale to wave up. Exhale to round the spine. Last one. Inhale, lengthen vertebrae by vertebrae. Exhale, rounding vertebrae by vertebrae. Inhale to come back to your neutral tabletop. Let's warm up the core with our balancing tabletop. So as we inhale, extend your right arm and your left leg. Or maybe if we're extra wobbly today, we keep the fingertips and the tippy toes just touching on the ground. Whatever feels good here again for you. That core is nice and strong. We're pulling the navel and the lower belly in towards the spine. One more breath. Exhale, slowly release the hand and knee back down. Take an inhale, extend your left arm and right leg, coming back to your tabletop, your balancing tabletop. Flexing the toes down towards the ground, reaching through those fingertips. One more deep breath. Exhale gently, lower it back down. Bring your big toes together, knees to the edges of the mat. We can sink the hips back to an extended child's pose. We can take a moment here to close the eyes down. Tune back to your breath. On your next inhale, walk your hands over to your left side of the mat. So we feel a nice stretch down your right side. We can bring the forehead back down to rest on the mat. And just breathe into that right side. One more breath. As we exhale, we can walk the hands back to the center. And as we inhale, we'll walk the hands over to our right. So we stretch down our left side. Breathing into your left side of the body. One more breath. Exhaling, we can gently walk the hands back to our center. Inhale, coming back up to your tabletop position. Tuck your toes under, walk the hands forwards one pace, and we can lift the hips up to our first downward facing dog today. And let's paddle out the feet to wake up those legs, release any tightness, any stiffness in those legs. Maybe a gentle rock backwards and forwards to wake up the shoulders. Any nice movements here to wake up your body. And just to warm up the joints and muscles a bit more, let's flow with our breath. So as we inhale, we can shift our weight into a plank. And as we exhale, we can lower the knees, chest and chin down to the mats. Untuck the toes. Inhale, lifting your chest and chin, upward facing dog. Exhale, bend to your knees, tuck the toes, and lift the hips back up to your downward dog. We'll stay here for a few breaths so we can paddle the feet and stretch out the legs again. We'll do this flow 2 more times. So on your next inhale, come back into your plank. This time as we exhale, we have the option to lower the knees, chest and chin again, or we can chaturanga with the knees up, elbows in, and lowering yourself down with control. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, taking it back to your downward dog. Paddle the feet again. One more time. On your inhale, come into your plank. As you exhale, knees, chest and chin or chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, taking it back last time to your downward facing dog. Paddle the feet once more. On your next exhale, gently bend into your knees and lower the knees back down to the mat. Untuck your toes. Let's come to a nice stretch for our hips. So I'll start with my left knee and slide my left knee towards the left wrist. We can thread the foot through over to the right side of the mat. And then maybe we slide that right leg back as far as feels comfortable coming into your pigeon. So maybe today we're up here and that's absolutely fine. If we have some blocks or a pillow, we can place it underneath this left sit bone, this left thigh. And we can either stay up on the palms or maybe we come down onto the forearms. Or if you feel like relaxing even more, we can make a pillow with the hands again to rest our forehead on. So whatever feels good here for you in your pigeon today. Deep stretch in your right hip and this outside of the left leg. Wherever you are, take those generous deep breaths. One more breath. On our next inhale, if we're not already, we can find our way back up onto the palms. Using an exhale, we'll pull the back knee in, and then we can slide this left knee back to our tabletop. Tuck your toes under, lift the hips back up to your downward facing dog, and paddle the feet again to release the legs, reset your legs. And then on your next exhale, again, gently bend into your knees, lower the knees back down, untuck your toes. We'll do the same on our right side, so we can slide the right knee towards the outside of the right wrist, thread your right foot through, and then sliding your left leg back as far as feels good for you today. And again, we can stay up on the palms, we can come to the forearms, or maybe we make this nice pillow with our hands again. Whatever feels best for you in your pigeon today. Deep stretch in the hips. Remember, we can place a block underneath the right sit bone and thigh if we need that support today. One more breath. On our next inhale, we'll find our way back up onto the palms if we aren't already. And as we exhale, we can gently pull the back knee in and then slide our right knee back to our tabletop. Let's take it back to another child's pose of your choosing to release the hips and back from the deep stretch. So take your child's pose, however your body needs a child's pose here. Stay with your slow breaths. One more breath. On your next inhale, we'll slowly, gently come back up to our tabletop. Tuck your toes under, and again, lift your hips back up to your downward facing dog. Take a moment just to release the legs again, stretch them out. And on our next inhale, look between your hands. Slowly walk your feet towards your hands. Very generous, bend in your knees. Feet are about hip width apart. Allow some space between the feet. And maybe we let the arms and head hang. Or if we need to support ourselves today, we can hold on to the shins or ankles. And wherever we are again, maybe we take some gentle sways of the hips and the arms side to side. Maybe hold on to the edges of your elbows and sway. Just opening the back of our bodies. And on our next inhale, let's show our spine some love. Let your arms and head hang. As you inhale, slowly roll up your spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. Keep that generous bend in your knees. And roll all the way up to standing. Head comes up last. We'll just roll back down. So as we exhale, tuck your chin in, roll down the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae, folding forwards, bending into your knees. Let the arms and head hang. Take a deep breath. Let's do that roll up one more time. On your next inhale, slowly roll back up your spine. vertebrae by vertebrae. Coming all the way up to stand. Head comes up last. Take an inhale. And exhale, tuck the chin in, roll back down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Bending your knees. Planting the palms into the mat and stepping it back to your downward facing dog for a moment, just to paddle the feet. Release the legs. And then on our next exhale, gently bend into your knees again, lower the knees back down, untuck your toes, and come to find a seated position with your legs extended in front. And let's do some nice seated stretches. So we'll start with a twist. Bend into your left knee and take the foot over the right leg. Inhale, find length through your spine, and exhale to twist to your left. Give that leg a nice big hug. Gaze back behind your shoulder, or maybe gently close your eyes down and feel that nice juicy twist in your spine. One more breath. On your next exhale, gently twisting back to your center. Inhale to take your twist to the other side for your counter twist. Gazing back behind your shoulder again. Breathing into your twist. One more breath. Exhaling, we'll gently twist back to our center. Lengthen that left leg down. Maybe give it a shake if we need. Then bending into our right knee, we can take the foot over our left leg. Inhale, finding length in your spine, and exhale to twist back to your right. Gazing behind the shoulder. One more breath. Exhaling gently, coming back. Inhale to take your twist to the other side for your counter twist. Again, taking that gaze back behind the shoulder, or maybe you like to close your eyes here. One more breath. Exhale. We can gently twist back. Lengthen that right leg down. Maybe give that leg a shake. We can roll and that ankle and flex point the toes as well if that feels good. Great. Let's just give the hips a little bit of love so we can bend the knees just to bring the soles of the feet to the mat, and we can bring the hands behind us And we'll do those nice sways of the knees side to side. Nothing too strenuous here, just a real simple sway side to side. It's not about how far we can bring the knees down or anything like that. It's just a nice massage for our hip joints, our hip flexors. We don't need to complicate it here. Beautiful. Let's just do a couple more sways. Make this next one your last sway. And then we can help ourselves come down to lying on our backs for some nice laid down stretches. So just casually helping yourself come down to lying. We can bring those knees into the chest for a nice big hug. And maybe take a rock side to side, massage the back. Then with our right knee into the chest, extend your left leg down to the mat. We'll come to our supine twist. So take your right knee over to the left so your lower back comes off the mat. And we can extend the right arm out to the side. Maybe we take our gaze to the right side as well. Or maybe you like to close your eyes down here. Whatever feels best for you again. And feeling that sweet release in your back. Or noticing if we don't feel this in the back, notice where you do feel this in your body. Sometimes we can feel this maybe in the outside of that right thigh and hip. One more breath. Exhaling, we can gently roll back to our center. We can hug the knees into the chest. Maybe rock it side to side, release the back. And then with our left knee into the chest, extending your right leg down and taking your left knee to your right side. Lower back can come off the mats, extending the left arm out and either closing the eyes or a soft gaze. Tuning back into that sweet, sweet release in the back of your body. One more breath. Exhaling gently, rolling back to your center, giving the knees another nice hug. Maybe another rock side to side. And we'll finish with one last nice stretch. So from here, we'll extend both of the legs down to our mats. We can take our arms up overhead. We'll then cross the left ankle just on top of the right ankle. Place your left hand into your right hand. Then slide both your arms and legs to your right side. So we come into somewhat of a banana shape. For a nice stretch all the way down our left side, from head to toe, or fingertip to toe. And just breathing into your left side, send that breath to your left side of the body. One more breath. Exhaling, we'll slide back to our center. We can unbind the arms and legs. Then we'll cross our right ankle on top of the left, placing the right hand into your left hand and sliding both the arms and legs to your left side, coming to your banana shape. And some nice deep breaths into your right side. Feel the right side of your rib cage expanding and contracting as you breathe. One more breath. Exhaling, sliding back to your center. We can unbind the arms and legs and we can release the arms back to the sides of our bodies. And we can come to our Shavasana. So come to lie completely on the back. And let's start by making some space between the legs. Let your feet, ankles and calves open out to the sides. Some space between your arms and the sides of the body. Palms face up and the fingers come to their natural curl. Slight tuck of your chin, eyes gently close. And let's begin with a nice active relaxation for the body. So we'll start by bringing our awareness into our left leg and foot. And we'll just hover that leg up above the ground. Lift that leg off and feel the weight of your left leg. Feel how heavy it is. And drop. Feel that sweet release. Bring your awareness into your right side, your right leg and foot. And again, hover the leg just above the ground. Feel the weight of that right leg. Feel gravity really pulling that leg down. And drop. Let it go. Bring your awareness into your left arm and hand. And again, we'll hover the arm above the ground. Feel the weight of your arm, your left arm. Feel the heaviness. And drop. Let it go. Bringing the awareness to your right arm and hand. Again, we'll hover the arm above the ground. Feeling gravity pulling that arm down. Feeling that arm working to stay up. And drop. Feel that sweet, sweet release. And lastly, we'll come to our heads. Gently lift your head up off the mat. Feel the weight of your head. Feel how heavy that head is. We carry this heaviness around with us all day. And slowly, gently, lower the head back down and release. And finally, we can relax our whole bodies. Gently tuck that chin back in, if it's reaching up to the ceiling. And soften the space in between your eyebrows. Gently unclench the jaw and allow your tongue to fall from the roof of the mouth. Our bodies are completely relaxed, held and supported by the earth beneath us. Gently guiding your awareness to your natural breath and stay focused with your breath here. If the mind wanders off and gets chatty, just see if you can catch that you've wandered off and guide yourself back to the breath with an inhale. we can gently start to deepen our inhales and exhales. We can begin to wiggle the toes, wiggle the fingers, maybe gently rock the head side to side. Any nice movements to just help wake the body back up, eyes still closed. And then from here, with your eyes still closed, gently rolling over onto one side of your body, whichever side is calling to you today, coming into that nice and restful fetal position. And just taking a moment here to find stillness. Enjoy this moment of doing absolutely nothing. And then with your eyes still closed, slowly and gently help yourself come back to a comfortable seat. Slow, staggered movements, just mindfully help yourself come back up to a nice, comfortable seat. However we like to sit, we can find some length through the spine, relaxing the shoulders down your back, slight tuck of the chin, and the hands rest on your knees or maybe together in the lap. Let's take a moment to finish with our gratitude. Most importantly, as always, be grateful for yourself. Be grateful for once again showing up on your mat for your yoga practice, giving your mind, body, and spirit that beautiful movement medicine. So just being grateful for yourself here, for your motivation, your dedication, your strength, your resilience. Be grateful for you, your mind and your body, as well as anything else that you may feel grateful for today. Take a moment for all those other little things that we can be grateful for. Even the most simplest of things, like the roof we have over our heads, access to fresh, clean water, all those little things that we often take for granted, maybe. Be grateful for your life and all the people and things within it. And then let's release all that grief. Take a nice, slow, deep breath in through your nose. And release with an exhale sigh. Gifting all of your gratefulness to the universe. And then when you feel ready, we can gently bring the palms together in prayer in front of the chest and bow the head down. And then slowly and gently blinking your eyes back open and lifting the head. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed that flow. Have a lovely day.